Hey MLG, what's up? What are we
Hello.
going to talk about today?
Hi Razer. I'm fine. What up with you? Well, we
Not much. A little bit of craziness going on my end, actually.
yeah, I
Running around
see.
all the place trying to
I see. That's
send
what.
my roommate to do errands for me.
All right. So we're sorry that we're a little late due to that, but I think they will forgive us. Forgive us. Yeah, they will, won't they? Sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Today we're gonna talk about what happened last week on GU, on DUC. Yeah, just analyze some of the games. Look at that. Look at the tables. Look at the scores. Look at the teams, of course, and for the final, for the end, what all we're looking for and looking forward to, as we posted on our Facebook page, you should all check out. We will have our interview guest today, our first interview guest in our first bit of BZTalk, what it is here. So, Razor, don't you want to get off right away with the GU League?
GU? Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Ducati League,
All
if you don't
right.
mind.
No, I don't mind at all, man.
There's a lot less to talk about with Ducati, sadly enough.
Yeah.
It makes me sad to say. But let's see what we have. Under Ducati, over the past, what was it, like 14, 15 days, 21? I can't really add, so let's see, 14. Yeah, it's about 7 days. What did I say, 14?
Yeah, it's exactly 1 week. It's the 21st
So,
today.
okay,
So,
coolio.
yeah, we had some
So, yeah, we got
matches.
7 days, and in the Ducati League, we had about, I want to say 13 matches.
Oh, that's not too much, is
Um,
it?
so,
It's not too much, is it?
No. Well, it's about two a day. It's no, it's really not. But two a day is decent for the league, I guess.
Yeah, it's okay for
I don't
Ducati.
know.
So, what matches
Yeah.
did we have
So,
there?
well, we had Vitamin BZ playing a few matches. Noah's Ark playing most of the matches, and GUFM question mark, White Squall and LOL having just a few matches sparse in there. Actually, White Squall played quite a few as well. But most of them, it looks like they have a pretty nice active rivalry between Noah's Ark,
And
which is good to see, I guess.
yeah, of
And
course.
then most recently, Vitamin BZ um, teaching Thunder Buddies for Life a lesson in a 5-1 and 7-1, 2 out of 3 series
Ooh,
almost.
that's hard. They're a pretty new team, aren't they?
Thunder Buddies? Yeah. I'm not actually familiar with who leads that team.
I think it's Possum Jenkins, isn't it? Together with Alejo, isn't it him?
I think it might be.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah, it's Possum.
And I want to say that honestly, just looking at this, and I didn't know that there was a GUFM question mark team.
I didn't know either.
Um,
Just
I didn't know because I know in GU we have the Ducati FM
yes,
question mark
and
team.
I think it's great. It's great that they put up that team. Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
And it's funny because their email string. But anyway,
Yeah.
but I digress.
Okay.
So
And actually, the
we
leader
have
of
two.
the leader of the team, GUFM, is actually King Rabbit Rabbit. So for all of you who didn't know
Oh,
out
he
there,
would.
yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, he would.
Shouts out.
So and just judging by the the patterns that we have in the table here,
Yeah.
we had a 2 out of 3 between Noah's Ark and LOL. Both 4-0 shutouts for Noah's Ark.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
then also had a 3 out of 5 between Noah's Ark and White Squall, and that was the oldest set of matches, and Noah's Ark taking all of those. White Squall not actually only pulling one win out of the week's matches, which is
Oh.
kind of sad.
Oh well, I
Um,
don't think I played this week. That might be because of why. That might be why. No.
It may very well be.
No, I'm
So,
not. I'm
what
not that
kind
kind of
of
guy who would
activity
say
are
that.
But you just did.
Ah, yeah, I know. Okay, on the GU side, you mean?
What do we have to use?
On the GU side, we actually got some more matches to report about. Let's go about this.
2 pages worth.
Yeah, 2 pages worth actually. And what we saw here is on 14th of October, the first match of that week, Thursday to Thursday, Team Fig versus Reptiles, or Reptiles versus Team Fig, which Reptiles won actually. Team Fig being a fairly new team, well,
It made
obviously,
me want to cry.
yeah. I see that. I see that. Losing against Snake. But he's gotten very good lately. So yeah. And what we see there, we also see more Reptiles and Poison matches. Reptiles beating Poison 6-1. That's pretty hard because Glue and Fear aren't.
That's pretty.
That's impressive, yeah. Glue's a pretty
It really
decent
is.
player. So yeah, that's hard. And as you can see here, we listed for you who played in those matches, where you could find out, and also listed the replay names and the servers, so that you can get onto the server and just rewatch the matches that you had, that others had, and if there were interesting matches, you can just check them out. Where the spots are blank, that's where the matches were held at Brad's server or bzf.guleague.org, because these servers don't have a replay server up at the moment, so we couldn't find out about the matches. But looking back at the table, we saw matching Loki a lot versus Reptiles, 3 times actually, winning all 3 of those. Who would have guessed? Well, I don't know. I don't know who played on these, but yeah. Great matches.
I might turn that into a hashtag. Hashtag Who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed? Yeah. Is it that funny, actually?
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, then Poison and again Team Fig losing again. Sorry for that. Ice and Apocalypse, my team. I played on that one. Was pretty much a beatdown. Yeah, you all know that feeling when you get beaten up really hard by a team, by some players. Yeah, and then Reptiles versus Poison 3-2.
Yeah, it's really great in BZ Flag because when you're stomping the other team, what's the only thing that there is left to do? When's the best time to kick a man?
Yeah, get
He's
them right
down.
there. Yeah. Thanks so much about that. But let's look at
Caps.
yeah. But let's look at the other half of the week, because we only covered 2 days with that slide here. Actually, here the other matches. Again, Reptiles Team Fig. Reptiles Firebirds. I don't know who played on that, but it ended 4-4. That's interesting, since Reptiles, as we will see later, are a bit higher on the ladder than Firebirds.
I just want to look
Yeah.
a little bit of analysis across the whole. I made a table that shows who played the most matches, and Reptiles swept the entire week with 13 matches total, and only about a third of those were losses. So I was actually surprised by that. I don't know if actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's Snake and Samyun. I guess those guys look like
Yeah.
I guess they're a pretty strong team.
Yeah. Yes. They both
Putting down a lot of really good players.
they play really good together. Snake, I would say, the more active, more aggressive guy on that team, while Samyun is the passive part, who is also able to go for the flag, run it safely and cap, and I think that's what makes them so strong and makes them fit together very well. Yeah, and looking at that, we also had some teams in there who didn't win any match. Well, actually,
quite
five.
a few teams.
Yeah,
Quite a
actually
few teams.
5
More than half
teams.
the teams.
Yes. All the wins went to Reptiles and Loki. Yeah.
We do have a shameless plug in the chat there for
Oh.
Team Fig. Yeah, no, I do want to say though that I was kind of disappointed seeing Firebirds losing so many matches.
Yes. Yes.
because I know that they have a lot of really strong players. Yavaika being, I think, at the top of that list in my opinion. Yavaika and Zach
Yes.
probably the strongest team in my opinion, and Slyther and Dead Turtle aren't a joke either, in terms of just how threatening a team they can be. Um, and I was just really surprised by that.
Yeah, totally right. They are a great team, but I don't see why they lose. Maybe because well, we don't see
Maybe they're having
Ivaika
a
and
bad day.
yeah, maybe that's it. But yeah, what we had there actually yeah. What we had there actually was a and they see that they lost 5-1 to Loki. Um and who played on that? Morning Glory and Orbit against Dead Turtle and Slither. Top match. I recommend you checking it out. You see here, you see the replay. You can just get that. And then as a 2-in, Color Mad and Ivaika. Awesome match. They just got their best players out there, but I suppose what happened is Orbit just pwned them. I don't think they stood a chance. It's Orbit. Come on.
Yeah,
um,
it's Orbit.
I
It's Orbit.
I partially watched the replay actually, and he pulled off some sick moves. I recommend you checking it out. Yeah, as usually.
Why
Yeah,
don't we just do? We could do a commentary on that match, maybe.
we could, or we could get
Maybe.
maybe, or we could get Orbit to match some other matches and do a commentary on that live. Stay tuned for that to happen within the next weeks, I hope.
Yeah, if we do the live commentary, I want to just say straight up that if we do it live, there might be no warning, and we might just go live. So we're testing your subscriber skills.
Yeah.
No, but we might do scheduled live commentaries on what do you think, Sundays or something?
I think Sundays fit very well for me. Yeah, that could work out.
Maybe,
Yeah,
and
maybe.
of course, majoring. Of course, also covering major events and stuff.
Yeah, for sure, that for sure. But for now, I think let's have a look at the GU leaderboard and
Mm,
just go over
yeah,
that because we have a fairly new team there too, created on 8th of October. It is once again Thunder Buddies for Life. Possum Jenkins as the leader for that team. They had one match, lost it. We saw that in the in the table earlier. I don't think that's a too big drawback for them. They can recover, and yeah, Possum Jenkins being a very nice player. I hope she can gather some more people around her, and yeah, mix this league a bit up. Then
yeah, for sure. Did we have any standings changes between? Looks like Poison still sitting just under BZB.
yes, that's true.
They did. Oh, you know what? BZB, it actually looks like they fell.
Yes.
Did they fall a few points?
Yes, from 3rd to 5th, and Poison from 4th to 6th. But I think what also played a part in that one
My
was
goodness.
that Solar just became active again, and they had so many points from being on the inactive part of the table, which you see below, that they just jumped to the top. They just played one match and we're back at the top.
That's that's wow. I hope they had their easy button on that one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah, and then Rawhide, and then Bad Company. I don't know if Bad Company was inactive last week too. Looks
They
like
were.
it. Looks like it. Yeah, and so we have those ladder changes there. Actually, not because the other teams played worse this week, but just because the other teams actually played, being Bad Company and Solar. Yeah, that's
Yeah, no. The tension, the suspense between Poison and Battlezone Brothers is definitely building. And Reptiles is tied with Poison.
Ooh,
I didn't even notice that.
Nice. Yes, they're 2 points
We have
apart and
we have
even.
very nearly a three-way tie for fifth place in
Yeah.
the ladder.
what we should have is
This
a
is it's kind of exciting once you talk about it.
yes, it totally is. I think so too. They should actually totally match each other and duke that out. Or maybe a big
Yeah,
match.
no, reptiles and poison.
Yes.
Wet reptile poison Battlezone brothers three-way show match.
Oh, nice.
Fifth place decider? Question mark.
That would be awesome. I'd love to see that. On the lower half
So-
of the table, nothing really has changed. Sentinels, the Resistance, Bears still down there. I think with pretty much the same scores. Didn't really match last week. Well, that happens.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I have a little bit of a confession to make.
So what is it?
Well, yeah, no, I've been playing a lot of World of Tanks recently.
Ooh. Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Okay, so do you see World of Tanks as a threat to BZ Flag for stealing players?
Honestly,
Yeah.
well, okay. I'll just say that World of Tanks is one of those games where you start playing it. Like if you sit down and you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna play this for like an hour. The game wants you to keep playing it. But if you're not playing it, you can be like, I'm not gonna play that right now. I don't want to
Okay.
do that right now.
Okay.
But as soon as you it's one of those like slippery slope kind of things. So, but I don't think it's a completely different game. It's a different style. It's super real. It's almost hyper realism.
Okay. Nice.
And whereas BZ Flag is very very arcade, but also very classic. So I don't think that. I think once we start getting more players in BZ Flag, that once they know what World of Tanks is, they'll still want to go back and play BZ Flag.
Yeah, that's what I feel too. I've never actually played World of Tanks, but it can't be that good. Come on, it's BZ Flag. It's BZ Flag. It's. I don't have to say anything more about that.
Well, the only thing that I have to say in response to that directly is that each tank, in addition to being historically accurate, and I'm a little bit of a history buff, especially war history, so to me, I mean, I just think that's really cool.
Yeah.
So not only are they historically accurate, but the armor, here, just an example, the way that the tanks are rendered in the game, the armor on, say, the driver hatch, or the hatch on the top where the commander spots from, and the engine ventilation, all those are weak points on the tank.
Okay, that's actually good.
Yeah, but
So,
do
Yeah.
the tanks have thrusters on the bottom?
oh yeah, can they jump?
No, they're not quite Speed Racer, but you can jump bridges.
Okay. But you can't jump up
Yeah, I'll
pyramids
show that to you guys
to
later.
bases. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
No, it's
So
no
let's
no excessive jumping, lasers.
Yeah. Okay. So let's actually get back to BZ Flag, and yes, we don't want to promote World of Tanks too much on our channel, do we?
No, it's an MMO. They don't need any more players.
Yeah.
Come play BZ Flag.
Yeah, totally. And I think we have to introduce someone to you, actually, who you were all waiting for all the time. So I saw you.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I saw you being excited about it on the Facebook page.
The Fatchbook?
The Fatchbook, yes. And yeah, I think he can just introduce himself, can't he?
Hey guys, it's Fig. I'm here, being cool. Mostly staying silent,
All right.
but you know.
Yeah, but nice now you're here.
Figurines is here with us, and we do have a few questions for him.
Yes, nice. Well, actually, how are you doing? How are you doing today, Fig? How's it going?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. It was cold out today, though. It was
Oh.
15 degrees this morning.
Oh, that's
So-
not much. 15 degrees Fahrenheit or
Fahrenheit
Celsius?
for
Okay.
you, yeah.
Oosh.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, no, Fahrenheit is way worse.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit's way worse.
Yeah, I see. I'm just the European guy used to Celsius, but I think I have quite an idea about that. Yes, and well, actually, you managed to get on here. We weren't sure about that 1 hour ago. Why was that?
I had to work, but it turns out someone was able to cover for me and feed all the dogs that I was supposed to feed. So here I am talking to you folks.
That's so nice.
What do you do?
I work at a sled dog kennel, like take care of 21 dogs.
Oh,
What? Sled dogs? What?
So
That's so cool.
that's cool. And then I see why it is 15 degrees at your place.
Yeah, wait.
yeah,
Where are
well,
you located
we
that
like
has a
the
sled
cold.
dog kennel?
In Maine, northern Maine,
Oh,
basically
wow. Okay,
Canada.
yeah. So it's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's well, in other than being basically Newfoundland, um, it's deep winter over there. So, it being
Yeah, it's
located
going to
in
be
Bahrain
dark in
is
an
very
hour.
confusing.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see
it's
that.
very seasonally confusing for me over here
Yeah.
in the Middle East.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
So,
imagine that.
yeah, nice that you're actually here now, and then you can do it. And what we want to talk about to you about is the new map you put up, I think. But let's first get to some more personal questions, like when did you start playing BZ Flag? I think that's what is actually the most common question to ask.
Universal. Yeah.
Well, I think it was like 9 or 10 years ago that I first actually started playing. I would have been like 11 or 12. And I downloaded it like 2 years before then, but it was, I don't know, I thought it was the lamest thing ever when I was 9, so I didn't play it then. So 2 years later, I tried it again because I grew up with Macintosh computers and they didn't have any online multiplayer games back then for Macintosh.
Oh, I
So I
see.
kept coming back. I kept coming back to BZ Flag, right?
Mhm.
So eventually I started playing and I started falling in love with a couple of the early maps, like Pillbox and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Pillbox
So
still is pretty awesome, but unfortunately not too many players still play it. Yeah, great.
I love
unfortunately,
Pillbox.
yes.
Yeah, Pillbox is great, I think. And who told you about it? Who told you about BZ Flag?
I I know I was trying to remember that. I think I Googled it and found it online, but there was no one else in my town who plays BZ Flag or
Okay,
anything
I
like
see.
that. So I just kind of happened on it and came into it on then. And back then there was no like global registration or anything, so you didn't really know any other players, you know.
Mhm.
So I was just kind of you just went online and you went on a server and just killed people.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So that's what BZ Flag was way back then. All right, and
Definitely.
yeah. Well, and you actually got your own team on GU League recently, and I think on DUC too. Isn't it on DUC too?
Actually, I just disbanded my
Oh,
Ducati League
oh,
team
okay.
because we were inactive and actually GU formal the FM whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
KRR asked me if I would join and I said sure. So even though I
yeah,
haven't played a Ducati match in so long,
yeah.
but
Okay, I see the point.
um
And so
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
what was the intention of creating your own GU League team? Since yeah, there are so many teams out there to choose from. What did you miss? Did you miss anything?
Well, I was on the friendly guys for a really long time. So and then whatever, however you want to pronounce his name, Red, he decided to stop playing and he disbanded the team. And one day I signed back on after taking maybe a month or a month and a half break, as you know we all frequently do.
Mhm.
And I saw Leviathan, and I was like, "Oh, Levy, I really miss TFG." And he was like, "Yeah, me too." So I was like, "Well, if I start a team, will you join? Maybe we can get some of the old TFG members." And he said, "Sure." So I went ahead and started Team Fig, and Levy joined, and then Snow Monkey joined, and it's just the three of us at this point. But we're still pretty active, which is surprising for just three players.
Yeah, yeah, we saw that on the ladder earlier too. Yes, nice. That's really nice to see. That's what we want to see from new teams. Though they're the old players, but that's what new teams should do, actually. And well, sticking to GU, what was your biggest loss in a GU match? Do you remember
I
that,
mean,
or just
I
tell us?
don't really remember. I try really hard to forget my losses.
I see. Yeah.
So I was thinking about that, and all I could remember was this one win that I had like 5 years ago when I was on FF, and I was playing with Brad, and we were matching like Orbit and someone else that was, way better than me.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow we ended up winning 3-2.
Oh.
And at the last second, I jumped up in the air and I was about to land on the base, and I guess I had a lag spike and I capped, and we won, and it was amazing.
Oh.
So that was probably my best win.
Yeah, that counts too. If you can still remember that after 5 years, nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only time Brad gave me a compliment, I think. So
Ooh, great, great.
Oh, wow. It's
So
okay, we know Brad sucks. Hashtag.
yeah, should also get on his replay server, please. I already told him. He said he would do that really soon. But back to Fig. Speaking of Brad and Orbit, and well, we saw Morning Glory and well many great players as I would refer to you, Fig, too. What are your 3 favorite players and why?
A lot of my favorite players aren't playing anymore. I was thinking about this question for a long time, and like Red Air just quit, and Muriel's no longer around, and a lot of the players like Soria aren't around anymore. So I would say I like a lot of the players that are currently playing, and I try hard to make sure I'm friends with everyone, except for like the people that I think cheat, and then I try really hard to not be their friends.
Okay.
So like if I'm your friend, I like you. So and I don't think you cheat. So that's
Yeah,
good
nice,
news.
nice. That's
Um,
that's good. Oh yeah.
honestly, I just want to say,
I like Ebert a lot. He's one of my favorite.
Nice. Yeah.
okay, I'm glad that answer ended up positive, because I was going to say that was like the most depressing start to answering a question. He's like, everyone I know doesn't play this game anymore.
Aww. Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
so
it's
sad.
kind of true though, as sad as that is.
Yeah, but
I'm
being
tearing up.
on there for over 10 years, there's a lot of change involved. I think that's nice.
Obviously, I have to say, my teammates Leviathan and Snow Monkey. Obviously, some of my favorite players. They stick with me even though my team, we're not winning a lot. So it means a lot that they're having a good time playing with me and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Yeah, nice. Okay, nice. Yeah, Ryan, do you have any other questions for Fig
Oh man,
here?
you put me on the spot a little.
Yeah, as we
Actually, did we spend a lot of time talking about your map?
Oh, not at all.
Not yet.
Oh, that's an interesting
Tell
point.
us about this map. Just plug the crap out of it, but also explain what it is, how you came up with the idea, why you decided to do this. Because I'm
I just gotta
curious.
say real
honestly-
quick, Pam, you are one of my favorites. It's true. Okay, so
Okay.
don't worry.
the chat there.
Okay.
So my map, I had the idea many years ago to move the bases and GU to the ground level to make capping that much easier. Now the reason I wanted to do that was because 30-minute matches are sometimes it's really hard to commit to 30 minutes, especially if you've been waiting around for an hour for your teammate to actually show up, right? So.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was just obsessed with the idea of getting shorter matches in so we could get more activity. So that's where the idea originally started out, and I couldn't get anyone to help me make the map. So I asked around, and finally someone said, "You can try this software BZ Edit, right?" Mm-hmm. So I got onto it and I lowered the bases down. And I started doing that, and the whole point of it is to have a faster paced map without base camping, because base camping takes 70% of a match's time. It seems like the opponent gets your flag and you go run to the base and you just sit there and wait while your partner dies on the ground over and over again.
At least it feels like 70%, but well, I wouldn't support that.
that kind of base camp.
Yeah, that kind of base camping. But I love base.
I thought you meant like pass camping kind of camping.
Yeah, that sucks. But
That's not fun.
what I actually love and what I will miss on your map is the base fights. When people come up from the teleporters and you fight them.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorites of the
unfortunately,
Higgs map.
it's just there's just no way to do a shorter match with that style because I mean it takes so long, you know, it takes up too much of the time, and I mean I'll miss it too, but you can always use the GU map. I'm not saying you can't play it, you
Yeah,
know.
totally right,
So
totally right. But yeah, but
So
Carl,
what if we ended up having a uh, maybe an over the time, if you perfect the finer points of your map, maybe it would be accepted as an alternate map for short matches. So 15 officially, maybe GU could be moved so that it was officially, if you play a 15-minute match, should be on, you could just call it like Hicks Rapid or something like that.
yeah,
Um, or Hicks
I mean,
Reese,
or Higgs urines as
however
it
you
is called
decide to.
now. um,
yeah,
yeah.
Hixurines. That's how you can find it. By the way, guys, if you want to find the map, you search for Hixurines and you'll find it. It's hosted on BZ Addict, and they were
That's
really nice, and
spelled
they've helped me a lot.
So, who's the
like
players
like
behind
that.
BZ Addict? Who actually put that online for you?
I don't really know because someone was on Facebook and was just like, "Yeah, I'll host that for you." And I was like, "Sweet." So I sent them a message, and he's helped me out a lot. He helped me add like a countdown timer and do a lot of other stuff that I just had no idea how to do because I don't know C++, you know. So
Ah, okay.
it,
But well, you're
so
you're the creative guy. You got the ideas, and you added in some new additions to the map. Just like the little platforms that are next to the base blocks on the sides of each base. What are they for?
well, you want to place your flag on those to make the opponent like when you're defending, you want to make them jump up to get your flag. So
Ah,
that means
okay.
they have to kill you to get your flag.
Okay, I see.
So the idea is to make the map have like a little bit more structure, you know,
Mhm.
and like as opposed to just like getting the flag and running to the base. Before I added those, it was too easy to capture the flag. And
Okay.
even though it was a 10-minute match, we were having scores like 5-4, you know, which is 9 caps in 10 minutes, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, that is
What
awesome.
is this, basketball?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the basketball of BZ flag. Well, I actually think there is a basketball map somewhere, or at least was. It was great. I loved it. So yeah, your map makes the whole gameplay faster and provides more caps. Still interesting. You cannot drive onto the bases directly, if I understand it right. There's still
Yeah,
um,
you
there's still a little bit up, elevated from the ground, so you can shoot people on the base from the ground, but cannot shoot back and cannot drive directly on them. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And
I wanted to make it just a little bit easier to stop people from capturing your flag, even though it's really hard to stop people. Once they have your flag, it's kind of like Ducati is both of the players on your team need to hunt down the flag carrier.
yeah,
Otherwise, you won't be able to stop them.
yeah, I agree on
So,
that. And we see way more driving around on the ground, don't we? So the upper levels are not used that much anymore.
yeah, it seems like the map kind of left behind a lot of the upper levels, which is it's not a bad thing. It's just different. It's not GU. That's what
Yeah,
a lot of people who have tested out the map, they expect it to be really similar to the old map.
yeah.
Even though I didn't change that much, the tactics and it's really quite different. You know, you really have to think about it differently. It's not the same. So.
Yes, that is true. I can say when I first played it, I was totally confused about the gameplay because I expected to play a GU match, but it totally wasn't like that. And actually, I tried shooting through the teleporter without looking. Just yeah, muscle memory. You just do it, and I shot myself because the shot just bounced off the wall because there was no teleporter. So you removed them too. Why was that?
Well, I didn't want people placing the flag in the corner by the teleporters. I don't know why. I've never liked that placement. It's felt like it was too easy to just go in and do a mid pass after that.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, so I wanted people to have to get the flag and have to go somewhere with it, no matter what, as opposed to just get it and do hacks pass and send it to mid.
Mhm.
So I
Hacks
took those
pass.
away. Yeah, where you don't jump on top of the teleporter, you just get the side of your tank up against the edge of the teleporter and you drop it and it goes to the middle. You guys are familiar with it, right?
Yes, I am. I I did it sometimes, but I can't do it well successfully in repetition.
Yes, I'm a nub.
Yeah. Well, it's great if you can do it, but it's really hard to master, isn't it? Can you do it?
It's I can do it sometimes. It's a lot easier with mouse, and I'm a hardcore keyboard player,
Oh.
so it's doable with keyboard, but it's a little easier with mouse because you have more range of motion with your tank. You have different speeds as opposed to keyboard. You only have a couple speeds.
Yep.
So
Yeah, one
I see.
or zero.
No, two, or as much
you
as you set up.
well, you
No,
actually
it's the reason I said one or zero is because it's either on or off.
Oh,
you can go forward, but you can press A, which
yeah.
cuts your speed in half. If you're really a hardcore keyboard player, you use that all the time. So
What?
Yes, you can vary that too. Again, what learned? Oh, only German viewers will understand that. Yeah.
So, for those of you guys that have tested out my map in the past, I fixed a lot of the things that I got complaints about. So, I encourage you guys to try it again, please.
Yeah, and I think I can
Um,
say you're open to feedback and you're willing to improve on your map still and change it a lot. Well, as at least as I um as I thought. And well, I think finally if you work on it a little bit more, it's gonna be an awesome map and a really um a map that can really well give a little change to the game. Not only GU or GOC all the time.
I hope so.
I do have
I
one
would really
question.
like people to test it out. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So I know we're dealing with some funky lag here. Uh, are there is there anything with your map that you're currently struggling with, or just maybe some things that you um, are just having trouble either testing or you're not sure what to do with? And then also part two question: is there anything that you foresee that you might still add to the map to change it just a little bit
Good
in the
question.
future?
So those. Well, for one, I'm having a lot of trouble getting bigger matches tested. The most I've ever done is 3 versus 3. So I have no idea how it plays with 4 or 5, 4 or 5 people on each team.
Hmm.
So that's one thing that I haven't been able to try. Um, I haven't had much trouble with how it's playing right now. For a long time, I couldn't get people to help me with code for like certain things, but everyone came through and was helpful finally. So I fixed a lot of the complaints that I had, and I'm thinking, that block in front of the base that you get on top of sometimes to jump up and capture in normal GU. Well, I'm
I think
thinking of
so. Yeah.
making that box. Yeah, I think I'm making that box. You could shoot through it to make it harder to capture, so you could shoot through that if you
Ooh.
were behind someone and they were about to jump on the base.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking about doing some changes like that, making some of the stuff you can shoot through it, just to make it a little easier to stop people from capturing your flag and make the map feel a little more dynamic and make you feel a little less helpless.
Yeah, I think that helps too. And another positive point for that map, I think, is we already saw some epic pyro moves. People jumping to the pyros and directly to the base, something like that. I think that was
Yeah.
one of your intentions too, wasn't it? Um, and
Yes, definitely.
yeah, and I think at least in that case, well, lowering the platform didn't well didn't lose any gameplay or anything like that. Um,
Except for base attack and defend,
yes,
you've lost that. folks, you won't have that on my map. I'm sorry.
All right. Um, yeah, I think any do you have anything else to say about your map? Do you want to promote it a little more? Here's the platform. Here you can do it.
Um, I think I've said everything. I really would like people to be open minded. You know, when they go to try it out, it's not going to be the same as a GU match. So
Yeah.
you know, just give it a try, but be aware it's not the same. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, try to enjoy yourself, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think too. It's important. Um, so thank you very much to you. Thank you very much, Fig, for being here with us, answering our questions, and actually telling us about your map and the thoughts behind it. I hope people now can understand it better, and well, I hope we will come to play more matches on that map. Mm, do you have any last special words for us that we always keep in
Well, I
mind?
want to say, you know, thanks guys for having me on. It's you know, it's great that people like my map enough to want to interview me about it, kind of. And I like what you guys are doing with the online thing. I've told a bunch of my friends who don't play BZ Flag to check it out in hopes they'll start playing because, you know, I'm sure everybody knows our player base is getting smaller and smaller.
Yep.
So the more people, the merrier. So, you know, thanks a lot and keep up the good work, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you too, Fig. Um, and with that,
See you guys later.
I
yeah, see ya.
peace.
Yeah. What up, Razer?
Now, okay, so I just had this idea. Um, maybe we could just call it like Fig Higgs. I don't know. But anyway, let's see. Actually, I had something interesting. I don't know how many people know this, and I'm gonna go ahead and make it the fact of the day. In 2013, BZ Flag is officially 20 years old.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Now, yeah. Now it did have I want to say a version that came out before 1993, but 1993 I think was the first public release, and I was looking at the wiki on it. So 1993, that was clearly a good year for
Totally.
games.
That clearly was a good year for games and a good year for me, since I'm just as old as the game is. Yeah.
So depressing. It's
uh,
okay though. In Germany, you can still drink.
yes, yes, that's right. From 16 on, beer is allowed.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that's
moderation is encouraged.
Yeah, of course, of course. That's what you learn. So, um, well, with that, that leaves us with saying goodbye to you. And my name is MLG, and I hope you'll tune in the next time we go on a live stream too. Yeah.
Yep. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye on our Twitter feed as well as our Facebook page for spontaneous broadcasts, as those may occur at any given moment and any unreasonable hour that you might think, "Gee, why would somebody stream right now?" That's probably the time we're gonna pick. So you should take a look at our Facebook page every now and again. Hey, invite your friends to our Facebook page and or to the Twitch broadcast to we just want to make our crowd bigger. Pretty soon, I'm still trying to figure out where to post on the forums. So, Bees Flag forums, I think we might get a few extra viewers once we post there. So, yeah, that's about it.